Welcome to another episode, everyone. Big U speaks out on rumors that he had Nipsey Hussle killed. Big U in his own words. You be the judge on what he has to say about his involvement or lack thereof in Nipsey Hussle's death. Many people have critiqued this interview. And you check it out and tell me what you think about it there in the comments. But, I've been running some content on Big U for the last few weeks, so it's only right I give him a chance in his own words to speak or defend himself, if you will, on the rumors that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death. So I'll let him speak and respond to those very accusations.
Man, look, I ain't even gonna lie. It's a lot of different narratives going on around about you. And when I first met you, I'm like, and I looked at you and I'm like, and I told my girl, I'm like, nah, that nigga, he a good nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I told a couple homies too, I'm like, nah, because I think I'm a good judge of character, but the rest of the world, still paint you as a villain though. You feel me? So it's like damn, how do it feel to be like, do it fuck with you sometimes to be painted as a villain out here?
Only when it fucks with the money.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying? You got to come feel a person's energy. And I read so many books, and I read so many books that you have to just go through certain things. Nobody's never going to see you for what you are. That's why they say Allah knows a man's heart and what other men's won't. So basically, I look at it like that. I got to just do. When you dead, they're going to say all the good things you did.
Facts.
Point blank. I went to my homeboy's funeral yesterday, and I'm looking at his obituary, and I'm looking like, dang, I didn't know he did all that. And I'm just looking like, wow. What a loss, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro, and that's all they're going to do, read your scroll then. But it's like, I got to be the best. Even when I'm with Maul, I used to be with Maul. No matter what, when I walk through the door, I'm the bad guy.
For sure. But why they put that on you though?
Because it's black. I'm black. I'm big. I fit the
bald
criteria.
head in the motherfucker.
Yeah,
He coming too black, big bald head.
That's why you made his big rings, huh?
It's kind of
Niggas
racist.
look like me.
It's kind of racist when you look at it because the big black guys are the ones you gotta watch. I'm the only one that's gonna help you.
Yeah, I'm like,
I pull all the way up here by myself, right? I'm like, but then if I'm by myself like I mostly be, I swear to God, I'd have been placed by myself and I'd be talking to somebody and the room would be like, Big Kid was there with 30 dudes.
For sure.
yeah.
I'm literally by myself. I started to talk to 30 dudes and kept moving. That's just how it goes.
Or you get blamed for everything your homies do.
Everything.
Everything.
But then that's natural. That's natural order thing because like I was telling you how the mind function is basically when my homeboys do stuff or somebody do something like your homies do it, people gonna associate it with the ones they know. If I know Big U, your first thought gonna be, damn, Big U homies. If I know you, Compton, your Compton niggas just did same thing with the Hoovers, same thing with the Spanish. You only gonna associate it, so it's kind of like, no matter what you do, they still gonna have a bad one for you.
And even the police too, because nowadays niggas be listening to the social media and all the shit, because when they passed away, automatically Big U did it or had something to do it or did this, did it. And niggas just be like, social media, the investigator.
And
now
niggas
nigga come to your house like, hey, what's the deal, bro? You know what I'm saying? You did it.
And niggas are suckers
damn.
for switching too. Cause I seen when that shit first happened, how they was man, that shit was crazy. I remember Unc went live too, and he's sitting there talking about it. I'm like, that's crazy that y'all, if y'all really know them and you know their situation, them niggas loved each other.
Bro, now you don't even gotta go through that. We was just in every video.
Mm-hmm.
How we was beefing when all his songs, every album he put out, since we had the so-called altercation, he shouted me out. He got the goddamn keys to the city. What? Didn't he say, I want to be Big U? Or no, what did he say? Big U, J Prince?
This dude's head about to fall off. This dude over here sitting next to Big U, the way he keeps shaking his head. Yeah, everything he's saying, he ain't got it out yet. How do you know that you agree with him? He hasn't even said it yet. This dude over here, like a bobblehead. My goodness, man. Okay, so he said he shouted me out. This so-called altercation. He said before y'all had an altercation over this equipment that you wanted, that Nipsey Hussle had that belonged to you, to Big U. And he wanted his equipment back, and this is what the altercation was over. This was according to Big U himself on another podcast. Okay, he says this so-called altercation, but that Nipsey Hussle had the keys to the city. I don't know what that has to do with him. And that he shouted him out in his music. He was just in a video and all this. So what beef did we have? And the other dude sitting next to him from Compton said, it's crazy because if y'all only knew how much they loved each other. This dude over here. Stop shaking your freaking head.
And Big Draws.
Look.
And then what he say? He shot me out of every song. But you got to figure that's not gonna make no sense though, because the people make money. You know how much money people made off of saying that?
For sure.
Can't stop it.
Yeah.
YouTube's all that shit.
Oh man, they
Give
was killing it. They was killing it. And then I had to figure out, because I remember, I'm gonna tell you, when I watched was it T.I. going through what he was going through, then I watched Mar going through what he was going through, I watched Suge go through what he was going through, and I was like, damn, I'm really in that position. I'm really in the position where it's the most asinine thing. You know what's crazy to me too? The president wrote a letter to the Nip family, and they vowed to find all who had involvement with it. What the fuck would I still be doing here?
Right.
So it was then I'm like, but like you said, when people who don't like you can use that against you. And I told my homies, I said, look, pay attention, bro. And I go to people, and I'm like, it's a whole side of LA that don't like us. They supposed to diss me. We one fraction that everybody don't like.
For real.
And then somebody asked me, well, why do people do that? Because they don't like me. They supposed to do it. If it was somebody that was grinding that I didn't like, I'm going to make a fake page and say, yeah. I think, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't going to make no fake page, though. I just said it.
But that's what niggas nowadays would do.
Yeah,
That's how they'll get you. They'll sit there and you see 2 followers on there, you bitch ass nigga.
But look, though. Used to be a lot of.
That dude got to be dizzy from all that head shaking he doing. So Big U said that the president at the time said that he vowed to find everyone involved with Nipsey Hussle's death. So Big U said, if I had something to do with it, why am I still here? If the president himself vowed to find everyone involved. I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Allah knows best, though, because he took me through that to get me to where I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't go through that, with them trashing and tarnishing my name, I don't have a voice today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and on Slauson, that little shopping center, it was kind of dead before him, and then he kind of had that shit thrive, and now that shit dead again. You think that should have ever pick up and be thriving again?
It's not really dead.
It's a tourist
The
spot
police
now,
moved it.
Yeah.
The police, because the little dudes over there just not looking at the business side. And it's still so much violence they bringing over there. But it's a major tourist, it's a tourist attraction. It's not dead. Them dudes making $40,000 on that corner a month.
You know how many people I done seen hop out to take pictures?
They making $40,000
They come to
a
LA.
month.
They come to LA just to go take pictures by the mural and all that shit.
Because they selling shirts and doing all the whole little shit over there.
Doing the whole thing.
Okay, guys, we want to thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. All right, I don't know, man. I don't know how. I don't know if that interview or that video aged so well. Let me know what you all think in the comments. I have my own thoughts, my own opinions. I'll keep them to myself, at least for now. It is an open case, or not this. He's fighting a case, though. But the feds themselves, to be fair, said that Big U had, as far as they are concerned, nothing to do with Nipsey Hussle's death. Or at least they said that they are not inferring that he did when they came with a superseding indictment not long ago. They mentioned that they had come across some phone calls from Big U to other people, extorting people or speaking bad, if you will, about Nipsey Hussle, some things he had said on the phone call or whatever. But they said that they are not implying, at least for now, I remember them saying some slick stuff, something slick like that, that for now, he's not being charged or anything, or, they're not inferring or implying that he had anything to do with Nipsey Hussle's death. And of course, I mean, the feds have a RICO against Big U and other members and charged him with a murder, the murder of the football player, Rayshawn, the young brother, amongst other things that they charged Big U with. They have been watching him, apparently, supposedly for some time, some years, as far back as 2019, and building this case against him and investigating him and so forth. And so if they felt like the feds, that he had something to do with Nipsey Hussle's death, I'm sure they investigated this, the feds. Just like they investigated the other stuff that they ultimately charged him for, filed a RICO on him for, incarcerated him behind. He's locked up behind these charges. After much investigation, after years of tracking him and building this case. Certainly, they also investigated Nipsey Hussle's death and whom else may or may not have been behind it or has something to do with it. So for them, and with that being said, with them having investigated this, they still haven't charged him. In fact, they made statements to the effect that, they're not even implying that he had anything to do with it. This is after, I'm sure, much investigation. We are all on the street speculating who may have been behind it, who may have done this. Same thing we do with Tupac and Biggie and everything else. But the feds are investigating actual evidence and speaking with witnesses and so forth. And at the conclusion of their investigation, at least so far, they have found nothing tying Big U to Nipsey Hussle's death. They believe that it was an isolated incident, as far as it was really spurred a moment with the alleged killer, Eric Holder, that him and Nipsey had an argument. He got into it. He went back and retrieved his weapon and came back and shot him. Sort of thing that happens on the street every day. You get into it with someone, it escalates, unfortunately, and sometimes it leads to death. The feds apparently believe that this is what transpired and that it was no conspiracy, at least as it relates to Big U. But they contend that it was no conspiracy, period, that's what happened. He got into it with him. And again, this is after much investigation by the feds. But they also said, as I said, that's as of now, they haven't charged Big U or there's no evidence that he was involved. But okay, it's been 7 years or so. There's still no evidence because if they felt like he was involved, again, they would have charged him. They charged him with all of this other stuff. Apparently they have some evidence, at least as far as they are concerned, about the other murder in Las Vegas with the young dude. They charged him with that. So if they felt like he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death or had any evidence supporting that, they would have charged him with that, just like they charged him with the other stuff. So at least to this point, as far as the feds are concerned, it was isolated. But hey, let me know what you all think in the comments. That was Big U defending himself or speaking for himself, explaining that he did not have Nipsey Hussle killed, that they had a great relationship. Sort of, or at least a bobblehead was over there saying that they had a great relationship, that they loved each other and all of this. So Big U says he had nothing to do with it, but he was popping up on the internet often after the situation with Nipsey, not just the situation, after he was tragically murdered. And, a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on this situation, of course, but no one really knows except the people that know. And again, the people that investigated said that there's nothing there to see. That it was a spur of the moment, spontaneous, a dispute between two men that turned deadly. We'll see how it plays out when it's all said and done, but that's where it's at now. Stay safe and stay free, people.